percolator.
Welcome to Radio Rejekts. My name is Lou. Next to me is my guest, Fillmore. I'll let him introduce himself. We want to just give a good shout out real quick in the beginning of this episode to the company that's provided this interaction, provided obviously the event that we're going to go to later on, which is a boat.
It's a boat. It's a cruise boat.
Cruise boat. So it's Whammy Live. They provide obviously cruise boats and everything like that, which is what we're going to be going on to.
Yep.
Also, Artist Collective.
Yep.
You're a part of too as well.
Yep.
So all of that, look them up. Make sure you obviously check them out. If you're trying to, throw something together, they really help out a lot of artists and everything like that in the community, not only in Chicago but everywhere around too as well. But
what's up?
What are we here for?
What are we here for?
We're here to speak with Fillmore, and please let the audience that are watching right now know who you are and what it is you actually do.
I'm Fillmore, and I make music. Not just any kind of music. I make dope music.
Dope music.
Dope music. For everybody. For kids that are 3 to old people that are 80. They love it.
There's old people dancing to Juke?
I've had some videos of some old people, yeah. I actually had a video of an old guy in a retirement home doing his version of Juke.
How did you get a video of that?
My friend works in a retirement home.
So she happened to send you like, look at this.
She played it for him.
Oh, okay, good.
And he was doing his thing.
So this recent project.
Yes.
It's rather short. So do you think that is like a wave that's kind of coming around where projects or EPs are rather kind of like condensed, really getting to the point, the nitty gritty of things, and they're not really like extensive like these projects that are hour or 40 minutes?
Yeah, I mean that's the new wave. I mean, because people's attention spans are shorter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And being an up and coming artist, I always feel like you want to keep their attention as long as you possibly can, and also leave them wanting more. And I'm not Drake. Drake can release 25 songs. Most people are going to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like at the level that I'm at, and even as I keep growing, I'm gonna keep making smaller and shorter projects. It keeps me working, keeps me striving, and keeps their focus.
Do you feel it's like a way to be consistent too as well, because of the fact that instead of making a 20-song project, now you're cutting it up into 5s, and maybe you can release 4 different ones throughout the year rather than just one, and hope that kind of like essentially makes some sort of viral stream?
Very much so, and I think it also allows you to reinvent yourself a lot quicker, so people don't get used to what they think you are at that time. Because I feel like, for me at least, I'm an artist and I'm ever evolving, I'm ever changing, so I never want people to put me in a box and get used to, okay, Austin is going to give me this, so I'd rather give you small little doses of what Austin could give you, so you never actually know what Austin's gonna give you.
And like I kind of see that too with songs. Like I think it's like in the past, the songs like around that time with Towers and such, like.
Oh, you did your homework.
I did my homework, man.
You did your homework.
Just so you know, Radio Rejekts does their homework.
They do their homework.
Towers, certain things like that, and then moving on, even videos of your performances, they're very flamboyant, very your
energy, a lot of energy.
I mean, energy even is a lack of the word, because you're moving around a lot. You're almost like intimate with the crowd to make them kind of like feel what you're actually saying. Exactly. Do you see the progression not only with your stage performance but also with the music, like I said, mentioning Towers too, now with a song like Friends, which it still has that vibe of like what's out right now, where it's like a trap influence, but then you get into other songs that are very, I think we spoke on the phone, where it was like you have melodic rap, you have groove, like almost dance hall type stuff too as well. Was that an easy transition, or was that like literally you can see the progression through the years?
I can see the progression through the years. With everything that I do, I try to grow. And with you mentioning Towers, that's my first project. So, and my last one, Tlfm Volume 1, is my 4th. And if you've done your homework, you can see the growth. And one of the big things that I've found in myself that has grown is my performance and my music is starting to match. when you're first starting out, you're trying to figure out yourself as an artist, so you're figuring out your music, and then when you first start performing, you're figuring out what you do or what you can do to get the crowd into it. Now it's all starting to blend together for me. So it's like a coming of age or becoming a man. It's like you figure out who you are.
Now going back to your show performances too, your first show, your cousin got you your first show?
Shout out my cousin D Ferg. Gave me my first
Is
show.
That him?
That's him. That's him right
We're
there.
We're talking about you right now, just so you know. Good things. The good things though. Got you your first show.
My first show ever was Jerry's, right? It was Jerry's Cafe when they were still around, but it was like when they were in Wicker Park. But it was before they had the stage. So before they had the stage, you would perform right where the servers would walk in front of you to deliver food. So while I'm performing, I'm like moving out of the way of these trays and tables or whatever. And he put that show together.
And that was a while ago. You said you did like 3 songs in 2 days?
I did 3 songs. I had no music recorded. I just picked these 3 beats that my cousin had, wrote to them, and memorized everything in 2 days, and did it.
I hear that. And then your family is influenced. Going back to you said you sang in the church.
Yeah.
That was a thing too as well.
My dad's a pastor.
Dad's a pastor.
Yep.
These are things that obviously have been said, but do you acknowledge the fact that a lot of very soulful artists, very like talented artists as well, come from the church, like from 100%. That singing background?
100%, especially in the black community. Church is obviously, yeah, it's a religion, but it's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's a time for families to get together. So it's and afterwards you cook and eat soul food. Church is soul for us. I mean, that's where we get our passion. That's where we get the way that we're able to sing and the feeling and the emotion. That's where we learn how to make it an experience. Okay. So I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't have that background and the way I grew up. I mean, even the way I perform, it's like my dad when he's preaching. It's entertaining. It's doing certain things, saying certain things, making certain movements to get people involved and to keep their attention.
Okay. And then for the project right now, as far as it, what do you think is the song that you felt stand alone and it's still your kind of your baby, or the song rather that is, because I've heard you express that Juke didn't do as well as you wanted to in Chicago, although it did kind of gain traction in other places.
It did, and actually, Juke is still moving. Like I was just on literally still moving. So I was on Jam TV yesterday, and they wanted me to perform Juke. Yeah. So Chicago didn't catch on very quickly, but they're starting to. Yeah. Now the other places are. I think Juke is still my baby, but I would say outside of Juke, Annie.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That was a good guy.
Yeah. That song is it's a very interesting song. I talk about a girl who has a problem, but in all reality, it's not about a girl. It's about me.
So you're trying to like sugarcoat it, maybe? Is that a way, or like kind of dilute it so they have to figure it out?
They have to figure it out. Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you like to go into detail of your music, or you kind of rather have it just kind of?
It depends. Depends on my mood at the time. Right now, I'll do it because I like you.
But I'm not gonna do it anyway.
No. We can do it. Certain questions I'll answer.
A serious question though, and then we'll take a break and go to our next area.
Yeah.
Why are Juke parties so sweaty, and everybody's automatically sweaty in those Juke parties?
Because you're moving. That's why. That's the whole point of Juke.
But it's automatically hot. Like you walk in there and you start sweating immediately when you walk in.
Because they're usually like in the basement, like those basement parties.
Did you like reminisce off of it when you were making the record?
What? High school, that's all we did was Juke parties. Have half your shirt off while you in there getting your grind on, hitting the footwork. Oh,
you got your Juke face? There's like a Juke face where you're like against like the speaker, and like some girls on you, and you're just like, I can't. Oh.
You like got your guy holding you up in the back.
And the DJ is like, no, bro, get off my stuff, man. Get off the record. Like, that was back when it was skipping and shit. Yeah. So all right,
those are fun.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
Hold tight. We are now back with Radio Rejekts. We are here with 2 guests. Once again, we're here with Austin Fillmore.
Hey.
And to the left of him, we got Adam from Whammy Live Inc. And Adam's just here. He wants to make sure he's obviously supporting the artists that he works with, like Austin, and speak about his projects that he works on in the future and what Whammy Live Inc. does as far as like a company. Go ahead, Austin.
Thank you for that intro, man. Yep, Adam here from Whammy Live Inc. First and foremost, we're happy to be here with Austin Fillmore. We're here to support him. One of our artists, a great juke artist, hip-hop artist, pop artist, however you want to say it. Kind of moves to all kinds of beats. You never know what you're going to get with him. A little bit about us. We are Whammy Live Inc. We do support booze cruises, holiday events, concerts, artists. We're an entertainment company based out of Chicago. We do ticketing software, anything we can do to help out the entertainment industry and artists such as Austin Fillmore in the music industry and Chicago. I appreciate you guys. Let you take it from here.
Shout out my boy Adam. I couldn't do this without him.
Adam, really quick, where can they find you at directly if there's any social media specifically?
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Whammy Live, /Whammy Live. You can find us on Whammy Live, www.whammylive.com.
All right, once again, welcome back to Radio Rejekts. I'm Fiti. SSAB couldn't be here. I don't necessarily know. Austin, you don't necessarily know, but DJ SSAB is our sound guy. He couldn't be here. He left me with the tax. He's on a business trip right now.
Okay, all right.
So DJ SSAB is. It's only right.
Shout out DJ SSAB.
I wear his shirt.
Got to.
Austin, we're back with you.
Yes.
We're in a different space.
Yes.
It's very nice, luxurious.
Very nice.
I don't even know if this is not real grass, but it's still nice.
We could take a nap on this.
We could take very much a nap. We can juke. We can have someone else juke. I'm not gonna juke, but we could definitely have someone juke on it.
We could.
So we're gonna go right back into it. Left off with juking. What does Mother of Austin mean?
Okay, so Mother of Austin. So my grandmother.
It was like a little pause.
I was paused. I was like,
that's not one of my songs.
It was the way you asked it. I was like, what is Mother of Austin? I was like, oh, okay, I get you. So my grandmother, Illinois Daggett, she's called the Mother of Austin. She raised pretty much that Austin community. She was very heavily influenced when it comes to black people and raising that community. She owned a lot of property there. She worked very closely with Mayor Daley. And her husband, my grandfather, in the 50s, they hired the first 5 black cops, and he was one of them. So
that's what you were saying, too, right?
Yeah, man.
Do you have anything like around the house that is kind of like acknowledges that or anything?
Medals I don't. My aunt has it, and she lives over by Whitney Young.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more question, obviously, again, and we're going to keep doing this slow fashion. What does word of mouth mean?
Oh, word of mouth? Well, okay. So my first CD that I ever had from any hip-hop artist was Ludacris' Word of Mouth.
Luda.
And that... Luda. The way that album came in opened my eyes. I think I was like in 7th grade.
Yeah.
It was my first time hearing music like with like a lot of cursing.
It's a really good album.
But do you remember how it started? Can I curse on this?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
He was like, the royal penis is clean, your honey.
King shit.
King shit. I was like,
good one.
What?
Yeah. And it was like the people screaming.
Yeah.
That whole album was good.
It was
that
beautiful.
One, I think like I even up to like Chicken and Beer, Red Light District, and everything like that. Then he started making movies, and I was like, man, I don't know how to follow this and everything.
You got to reinvent yourself.
Another thing, you have to pick an instrument or a sport.
And I did both. So growing up in my house or in my parents' house, you had to play an instrument and you had to play or play a sport. Or you had to play an instrument and play a sport. So I chose saxophone, clarinet, and piano, and I also played basketball, soccer, and football.
Now, do you incorporate it into your music right now? Like, do you still play those, or it's
I can make melodies when it comes to making beats, but I usually like to keep that to my producers. I mainly focus on the vocals and the lyrics, but we've added some saxophone, some clarinet, obviously some piano into my stuff.
You've personally added, or you? Just
Not me personally added, but
kind of things you've listened to when you were younger.
So what I do is when I'm working with these producers, I'll sit with them, and obviously they'll be building the beat. And if I have an inspiration or an idea, I'll be like, yo, can you do this? Can you play this and this note? And they'll add it. Obviously, they have more control over the actual music, per se. But when it comes to actual the words and the performance, that's all me. And I only write to a song that I feel inspired to. So there'll be times they'll make a beat, and I'll be like, I don't like that. Let's try something else.
And now, do you have? I mean, shout out to producers. Do you have any ones that you like worked with on this project where you're like, those are the main ones?
Dude, okay. So on this project, I have. Obviously, if you've been doing your homework, there's a producer who I've had since day one. His name is Hank Ivan. Yeah. He made Annie. He also made my whole entire English, which was the first project.
I mean, there's some tracks on it before, right? He's heavy on
English. He has 13 tracks out of 14.
Yeah. He's heavy on that one.
Super heavy.
But, I mean, on SoundCloud, you'll actually have produced by on things like iTunes and everything like that, you won't have those
They won't.
on there.
They won't let you.
on,
Yeah,
so
they won't let you do
I've
that.
seen his name a lot. But as far as this project, did you kind of
So
like solely go to the same people?
No, actually, matter of fact, I had a whole different project planned out, and then I wound up meeting this producer named Drew Damon.
Okay.
And it made me change my entire project around working with him. So he made Young and Dangerous, Don't Hate Me, and Sound of Love.
Now, Don't Hate Me has a video, right, to it?
It does. It
That's
does.
that one where it sounds like 80s?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He actually, working with him, it pulls out a whole different feeling and a whole different vibe for me as well, too. So we got Drew Damon, we got Hank Iving, and then we got my boy, Brother Giff.
Okay.
Brother Giff is the one who made Juke.
Okay.
Dope dude from the South Side, but his kicks it out on the West Side. He's a really cool guy.
And when you go to these producers, is it all automatically you're like, I wanted like a Juke record?
No, he just started playing some records, and Juke was actually a skeleton of what it is now. And when I heard it, I knew exactly what I wanted to do to it.
Okay.
And boom, we got it done. So him, and then his counterpart, or his buddy Trip Tracks, he made My Friends.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think.
One of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
It's very like, almost like in the cut, relaxed.
Yeah. But it's hype.
Yeah.
It's,
And you can kind of Netflix and a Porsche.
Ah.
What is Netflix and a Porsche, bro? What kind of environment is that? You cannot. I hope you're in the back seat.
You got to. You got to be.
You have in the back
You got to
seat.
be. You
Look,
got
that's
to be.
luxury,
Watching The
though.
Office, if you heard the term I used, I was like hardcore parkour. You remember that?
Oh, okay. When they
The
were all,
Office.
like,
yeah.
no,
They're like
I didn't
hardcore
even catch
parkour.
it.
You didn't catch
Not one
that?
of those things where you like listen to it again.
Yep.
And you're like, hardcore parkour. Yeah.
Yep.
The flow in there was very good.
Thank you.
I listened to it. I was like, man, is
Also, I gotta shout out this dude. So this dude, 12 Tone, I've been working with him since day one.
Okay.
So he's also a producer as well, but he helps me produce the actual music. So we'll take these beats that I have at certain producers' cribs or studios. I'll record it. We take the vocals and we take it to Tone. Tone mixes it, adds the flair, adds the juice, adds the sauce, and he's kind of like the secret sauce behind it all. And then we take it over to the mastering people.
Now, do you find that with like artists nowadays where they always have like their right hand? You got Drake and 40.
Yes. Oh, he's my 40.
He's like your 40.
He's my 40.
Like
100%.
100%. So that's
100%.
your 40.
That's my 40.
All right, shout out to him, bro.
Shout out to 12 Tone, baby. 12 Tone, baby.
Okay. Lastly, we're gonna go into like how they can find you on social media and everything like that.
Yeah.
But depending on obviously when this actually gets dropped, we're going to go onto a boat and watch you perform.
Yes.
I'm excited because
Yes.
I've seen the videos, but I never got to see it live. And we're gonna do a recap video for it.
Yeah.
What songs are you performing?
I know I'm doing Juke, and I know I'm doing Young and Dangerous, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna do Sound of Love or My Friends. So
Damn.
Young and Dangerous Young and Dangerous first.
Watch the crowd and see like, okay,
Yes.
that works.
Oh yeah. I try to get the vibe. I try to see who's there. I listen to what the DJ's playing. See how people are moving to certain things, and I already know they're gonna move the Juke.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I know they're gonna move the Young
That's
and
already
Dangerous.
like you're forced.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, you're forced.
You gotta do Juke. So then between Sound of Love and My Friends, yeah.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah.
Tell them obviously where they can find you at, music-wise, everything they need.
You can catch me on my website, austinfillmoremusic.com. I'm on Instagram. Shout out all the people that follow me at Austin_Fillmore. It's the same for my Twitter at Austin_Fillmore, and for my SoundCloud as well, Austin_Fillmore on Facebook and all that other stuff. And yeah, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Austin. Thank you for showing up, man.
Thank
you for
you
being a part of this.
Shout out my sponsors over at Whammy Live. Shout out my branding team, Artist Collect. Without those dudes, I couldn't be where I'm at. Shout out my managers, or my manager, Brandon, with the BGI company.
Shout out support.
Shout out support. You always got to shout out, baby. Shout
the
out
artist
Evan
to
at
grow.
Artist Collective and the boy Tyler, who's standing
Get
right
in
over
there,
there.
bro.
He said, "Get over here, get over here." Come on, Ty
Show me
Ty.
that fucking hat, bro.
Show him the
Jesus
hat.
Christ,
Show
I
him the
seen
shirt.
you
Artist
smiling
Collective.
shit.
If you guys need branding, artists, if you need branding, if you need anything, or you just want to just consult and learn how to be in this industry,
Hit
holler
this
at
man
Artist
up right
Collective.
now. What's your
Yes,
social
sir.
media? Just do it right now. Do it right now.
Tyler Priest.
Oh,
That's it.
shit,
That's
right
my
there.
name.
All right, bro.
Tyler
We're
Priest.
out. Radio Rejekts, thank you for
Peace.
joining.
Thank you.
Peace.